You're listening to San Antonio College Radio, KSYM. PJ the DJ sitting in with you all this afternoon. I am blessed to have India Ramey here with me today. Hello, India.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I got to hit the button. Now she can talk to me and you all can hear it. I could hear it fine. I don't know about you all.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. All right. India's coming down here from, let's see, you were...
I was just in Austin.
Austin. Mm-hmm. She just came down here today doing this. She got a show tonight at...
The Lonesome Rose.
Lonesome Rose. What time you go on?
10 o'clock.
Oh, 10 o'clock. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect.
Good for me.
That's when people
That's
are.
why we did it.
Yeah. All right. One of the things, we're going to start off kind of a different way today. India's got an interesting background. Grew up abusive childhood.
Yeah.
And then it's progressed from there. So I'm going to let you give your background to everybody out there so they know what's going on.
Yeah. And a lot of my background is wrapped up in the theme, the overarching theme of this album. The album's called Baptized by the Blaze, and it's all about, you know, personal transformation. And my journey started when I was, you know, a baby. My father was abusive, and he didn't abuse me, but he abused my mother. And from having witnessed all that, I have had PTSD my whole life, and I've been in denial about it most of my life, which led me to, you know, being on a medication for panic attacks for 12 years that was really, really hard to get off of. And it was at that point, when I was going through the withdrawals of that med, that I was like, I've got to get some therapy. So I've been in trauma therapy for 4 years, and it has changed my life.
Excellent. Well, and not only that, you became a lawyer.
I did.
Because of the trauma.
I did. And that was one of my efforts, you know, to try to heal my trauma. I thought that if I could save all the battered women like my mother, that it would somehow make what I went through and what I witnessed worth it. And I just always wanted to help people, you know, but it was such a PTSD trigger for me to do that work.
How long were you a lawyer?
I was a domestic violence prosecutor for 3 years.
Wow.
And it got to be just too much, you know, for me psychologically. So I went into private practice for a few more years. And it was around that time that I cut my first album. And I didn't know what I was doing on my first album. I had just written a bunch of songs and needed somewhere to put them. But I came to Texas and mixed it with Pappy Middleton. Oh. And Pappy, you know, has worked with Bonnie Raitt for years.
Oh, yeah.
And he was mixing the album for me, and he sat me and my husband down one night at the studio, and he asked me what I was planning on doing. You know, are you gigging? You know, are you going to make a go of it? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I just got laid off from my law job, and I might go back to it. And he said, maybe don't. I think you're good, and I think you'll get better. So, you know, give it a go before you're too old to do it.
Well, that's a man that knows recommendations. So, yeah.
So I took Pappy's advice, and I've been doing it ever since.
And enjoying it.
So much,
good.
much. I don't miss being a lawyer, not one bit.
Yeah. And we were talking a little earlier, this is more country western than you had been in the past.
Yeah.
But it definitely is good. It just, we only have 3 songs loaded, but I've been listening to the album, and how Dave ever comes up with the songs he picks to put on the tracks here, I don't know, because that's an absolutely awesome job he does curating our music here.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, I guess since we've done that, let's do a song.
Yeah, I'm going to do The Mountain.
Okay.
And this kind of goes along with what we were talking about when I was having a particularly hard day in trauma therapy. It was one of those days where I was super triggered, and I was crying, and my anxiety was just through the roof. And, you know, in true trauma survivor fashion, I was also piling a bunch of shame onto myself because I'm supposed to be better by now. I'm supposed to be good at this, you know, this therapy thing. I thought I was getting better. And my therapist was like, India, this is an avalanche. You are in an avalanche right now, and that is normal. She was like, healing is not linear, and you're going to have avalanches. But with every avalanche, you're going to get better at getting through them. You're going to get stronger. And when the avalanche is over, always remember that you are the mountain.
Excellent.
So I wrote this song. Oops, that's not the key. There we are. The wind, it blew on in and it tore into my skin. And the snow, such a heavy load, thought it might crush my bones. But I've been here all these years, avalanches come and go. And though they carve the scars I show, I still stand. I am the mountain. The stones, they roll on pieces of me in their toe. And the dust follows wanderlust with the slightest windy gust. And the rain hits like whips and chains, and yet I still remain. I'll take the pain time and again. I still stand. I am the mountain. But I've been here all these years. I still stand. I am the mountain.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
And a striking video you did.
Thank you.
Got to turn mine on. And a striking video you did for that one, too.
Thanks for watching the video.
That was interesting. By the time I got done, I was like, yeah, little clap on that one, too, on the video.
Appreciate it.
Sitting here talking with India Ramey today, folks. She's out visiting. She's going to be performing tonight at 10 o'clock at
the Lonesome Rose.
At the Lonesome Rose. Yes, 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 y'all. If you haven't made plans, make plans now. All right, I got a couple things I want to throw at you real quick since we were talking about the domestic abuse. Hotline in San Antonio is 210-733-8810. You can go to sa.gov/health and then inquire on Valence. There's some resources for you out there. Also, if you really want to get there's MAGHouse, maghouse.org. They've got a big gala going on this weekend. They are another resource for people that need it. Don't put up with it. Get out of it. All right. So, how long have you been playing music all together now that you've been out doing it for a living?
Well, I've been playing music all my life, here and there, but everybody in my family was a musician. Like, everybody was a singer. My granddaddy was a piano tuner. He was the baritone soloist in the Naval Choir during World War II. He was almost on the Lawrence Welk show. And my mom is an amazing singer and pianist, and so it was pretty unremarkable. Compared to everybody else in my family, I'm not very talented. So nobody was ever like, India, you should sing. I just kind of loved it and just decided to do it. But my granddaddy always encouraged me. He always said, you have a vocal quality that's worth doing something with, and I promised him before he died that I would do something with my music. And it's just, every time I think of giving up, I think of him, and I keep doing it.
The radio station out there called you the perfect mixture of Let me find the quote. Loretta Lynn and Nico Case.
That's the biggest compliment I've ever gotten.
I just thought that was wonderful. Between that and then Rolling Stone called you, what was it? Part honky tonk, part Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
For Rolling Stone, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Like we're calling it Gothytonk these days.
There you go. Gothytonk. I like that.
I get a little dark sometimes.
We're sitting here talking with India Ramey today. Past abusive victim who's speaking out for it, speaking out for all y'all that need somebody to speak out for y'all. Y'all listen. I told you just a little bit ago. I'm going to throw it at you one more time just because. If you need help, call 211 in San Antonio. If it's an emergency, call 911. Don't put up with it. Get help. Help. San Antonio has help. Also, 210-733-8810. You can call for help. sa.gov/health. And then inquire on violence. There is a lot of opportunities to get help there, folks. Not a soapbox, but I'm aware of it, as I said. So
thank you.
Trying to let people know.
I mean, everybody needs that kind of information. Everybody needs to, if you're going through a situation, if you're being isolated from your support system and you need to get out, put a safety plan together and seek out those resources. It's really important.
San Antonio's good about that. I've been really impressed with the effort they're putting into it. You don't really see that.
I'm so glad.
All right, so now you're going to go from here. Then where do you go from San Antonio?
We're going back to Austin. We've kept our hotel room in Austin. So
okay.
We're kind of basing out of Austin. So we're going back there, but tomorrow night we're playing the Texas Music Cafe in Waco.
Oh, wow.
And then Saturday night, we're at the Continental Club in Austin. And then Sunday night, we're at Double Wide in Dallas. And then Tuesday night, we're at Shoe Shine Charlie's Big Top Lounge. That's a mouthful in Houston.
So you're getting a few miles on your vehicle as you tour through Texas.
Yes.
You don't realize when they tell you you're going to get these gigs, how far it is to get around in Texas, is it?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I kind of knew a little bit because my husband's from Sugar Land.
Oh, okay.
So he did the whole itinerary and told me how long it takes to get everywhere.
Yeah, it is definitely, you're going to get miles on your vehicle if you're going anywhere in Texas.
Yeah, I love it here, though.
Take you 8 hours to get out of Texas now when you do leave. So let me flip my page here because I had more questions for you. What's the favorite song on the album? Your favorite?
I think The Mountain's my favorite song on the album. But it depends on which week you're asking me because I love all these songs.
What's your favorite song you wish you'd written?
Oh gosh, probably Fox Confessor Brings the Flood by Nico Case. I love that song. Oh, I don't
know that one. I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah.
Huh.
I love that song.
Oh, I like Nico Case anyway, so yeah, it couldn't be bad. But
yeah,
okay.
I mean everything she does is perfection. So pick one, and that's my favorite.
There you go. Oh. All right, so where can we find you to look you up online?
You can find me at indiaramey.com. Everything, like my links to all my socials, my merch shop, my tour dates, my music, everything. So India Ramey, INDIARAMEY.com.
That's easy enough, folks. IndiaRamey.com. We can look that up.
Yeah, it wasn't hard to get that URL. Not a lot of competition for that one.
And you've been married, you said? How long now?
19 years.
Oh, good heavens. Good for you. You don't see people last that long anymore.
I know. We just love each other. Like, it's crazy.
How's that now?
I don't know.
After 19 years?
We get a lot of fun out of each other. We think we're a hoot. So I think that's the most important thing. He makes me laugh, and I make him laugh. You
just did Americanafest?
Americanafest.
Americanafest. How was that?
It was fantastic and busy.
Now, did you perform there?
I did. I did 7 shows in 4 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How'd you get received?
Great. It was really a great week. We got a lot of press, from people who came to see the showcase. Saving Country Music said nice things. Rolling Stone put us on the list of ones to see and, things like that. So we really appreciated all the all the good graces.
Excellent. All right. How about we have another song you perform for us off the album?
Okay.
Which one are you going to do?
Don't be scared. I'm going to do Ain't My First Rodeo, and I'm very used to doing this one on the radio.
With the radio
I'll
edit.
bleep out the wordy dirt. It rhymes with spit.
That's the one. That's the one.
But we'll do this one. I wrote this song about narcissistic energy vampires. You're coming on too strong, and your come on it's all wrong. You're wearing me out with your love bombs and cheap tricks. You're all smoke and mirrors, but these ain't just boots, they're bull kickers. So before you go on, you should know. This ain't my first rodeo, and you ain't the first Romeo to try to love me up and drive me crazy. I don't see no fucking Broncos, just a tired old dog and pony show. Listen here, this ain't my first rodeo. I'll stop you right there. Flattery will get you nowhere. I'm not like you, I don't live for compliments. My mama didn't raise no dumb. I see right straight through you, honey. Save your breath, 'cause my answer is no. This ain't my first rodeo, and you ain't the first Romeo to try to love me up and drive me crazy. I don't see no fucking Broncos, just a tired old dog and pony show. Listen here, this ain't my first rodeo. I know you're tired, and I don't believe the hype. I've heard this joke. This ain't my first rodeo, and you ain't the first Romeo to try to love me up and drive me crazy. I don't see no fucking Broncos, just a tired old dog and pony show. Listen here, this ain't my first rodeo. Hey, listen here, this ain't my first rodeo. Yeehaw!
India Ramey, folks. Live and in the studio. Yes, I do like that one too. How long is it usually? Which comes first, music or the words?
Sometimes like a phrase, whatever the hook is going to be, and then I'll kind of ask myself like, what's that song going to sound like? And then I kind of play around with some melodies and some keys in my head before I even pick up the guitar, and I kind of sing that until I like it, and then I just build off of that.
So you have to keep a piece of paper and a pen handy to write down so it doesn't escape?
Most of the time I do that, or I'll make notes on my phone, but I wrote an entire song almost all in my head driving to Austin from Nashville the other day. Because my husband was working on his laptop and he wouldn't talk to me, so I just started working on this song, and I was driving, so I couldn't write anything down. And so like I kind of made a word bank in my voice memos, and then I just kind of like started singing it and writing it in my head and like repeating it so that I could remember it where I wouldn't mess it up. And when we finally stopped for gas, I got my laptop out and wrote it off.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's going to be your... Well, officer, I was writing a song. I wasn't talking on my phone.
Yeah.
I was writing a song.
Yeah. It's the first time I've ever done that, but it was really fun to do it that way. I'm weird.
Well, as you're traveling through Arkansas and into Texas and across Texas, it occupied your mind because there's not a lot else.
Exactly. Like it was a good use of my drive time.
It's all kind of straight and it's all kind of flat and nothing to really worry about.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. I've had a wonderful time. Do we have something I have missed out on?
No, I think that's it. That's where we're all going to be in Texas, and we hope to see everybody at the Lonesome Rose.
10 o'clock tonight, folks. 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
India Ramey, we thank you for coming. It's been wonderful meeting you. I've had a wonderful time.
Thanks,
Do you
John.
have anything? All right. I think we're good. We've talked about, and I'll throw it out there one more time, folks, just because.
Yeah.
If you need help, call 211. If you got an emergency, call 911. sa.gov/health. And then in the inquiry screen, type in violence. There's all kinds of stuff comes up for you. Or 210-733-8810, 24/7. There's somebody to talk to at that number. India Ramey, good luck with your career. Thank you very much for coming in today. We've had an absolute wonderful time with you today.
Thank you. I have too. I enjoyed meeting y'all.